Many of you may know the name Carlos Slim, one of the wealthiest men in the world, runs neck and neck with Bill Gates all the time. Who's the most wealthy? His son, who runs all his business, his name is Patricio Slim, and I had lunch with him one day at an event, and we were talking about this challenge that Our Lady gave to pray 3 rosaries in a day, go to Mass every day, do Lectio Divina every day. And he's like, I'm Patricio Slim. I have very little time. How am I going to do 3 rosaries in a day? That's 45 minutes. I don't get it. And so, but then he told me something very interesting. He said, I decided to take Our Lady up on her challenge. She never lies. So he started building up to 3 rosaries a day. And he says, you know, what happens is when I take this weapon in hand and I start to pray those 3 rosaries a day, and I space it out throughout the day, you know, 1 decade here, 1 decade there, each decade's maybe 3 minutes. You can spread it out through the entire day. I find that Our Lady goes ahead of me and cuts out all the interference that I would normally have. So the devil's trying to give us interference all the time. Miscommunication between people, all sorts of different kinds of things he brings up. But when we pray the 3 rosaries a day, when we catch the eye of Jesus in those mysteries, Him giving us the graces that He won for us today, this day, through the rosary, then it's like Our Lady goes through and hacks away all that interference. And Patricio said something really fascinating. He said, you know, at the end of the day, when I pray the 3 rosaries, I find I have extra time. I can read a book that I want to read. I haven't been frustrated all day because everything's been going against me all day long. And even if it has been, I'm at peace. He says, I can honestly say that if I don't pray the 3 rosaries a day, or I can honestly say this, that I don't have time not to pray 3 rosaries a day. That's an amazing claim from one of the wealthiest men in the world, who's got to be one of the busiest guys on the planet and a great Catholic.
Personally, your own experience with the rosary, I don't know, why do you preach on it so strongly? Why do you feel so passionately about the rosary?
As a convert to Catholicism, I met Catholics who knew their faith, and I was introduced to Our Lady through an apparition site in Medjugorje, supposed apparition site. And I was introduced to the rosary, and I remember with knock knees praying my first rosary, going literally, Lord, I don't know if this is pleasing to you or not, but if it's not, don't strike me dead. But if it is, can you help me with this inextricable problem that I have? Yeah. And I saw that problem just disappear like smoke before the wind, and I realized that the Lord, it was pleasing to Him. So I began to take up the rosary at that time, and I can tell you, I've seen the power of the rosary through my life more and more and more and more.